What's cracking today, y'all? I just thought I'd make a little video. So last night I was bored and surfing around on the old interwebs, and I came across I don't know. I've been looking up different headlights because my headlights just kind of suck. I think I've kind of pointed on that before. I have these cool little projectors with the LED halos around them, and they look great, look awesome, but they're just not very bright when you're driving. So I've been looking up headlights and I stumbled across a video of someone else having a similar problem, and they kind of went through what they had to do to get the headlights to work properly. So the way I have them right now is I'll turn them on. Let me turn these bastards on. I guess I don't need the key on for this. So, look great, super bright. So they look, look at them. Yeah, they look pretty bright. Them are LEDs in there. So I don't have the brights hooked up. Let me cut it, and I'll cut back and show you what they look like with the brights hooked up. I don't have LEDs in the brights. All right, so cutting back. That's the brights hooked up. Like I said, there's no LEDs in there. So we're gonna go ahead and give something a shot. Surprisingly, since I put the LEDs in, I've never hooked up my brights, and they used to always be on. Like even when I didn't have the brights on, they'd always be on. And this time, since I've hooked the LEDs up, the brights actually don't stay on. So there might actually not even be a problem, but we'll look. I don't know. I haven't messed with this, so you're in real time, and I'm dark in here, but I don't want to move the car right now. So here's the headlight profile with all the lights off, at least. This is just regular ass low beams. We'll kind of see if we can see a difference here. So here's just low beams, no LED halos on. Okay, so findings so far. This is the stock harness configuration. Everything that I have seen concerning an H4 is telling me that my high and low beams are mixed around, the wires. So the ground is in the right spot, which is why they've always worked. So the ground is black, obviously. The green is high beam and the tan is the low beams. So, and I confirm this because I'm seeing dots right now, but when you turn the light on, you can visibly see that there is one LED strip that does not light up when you have the low beam or the high. Excuse me, let me say that again. Currently the low beams are on. Not on, but I mean, if I had turned on the headlights, the low beams should be on, but all LED strips light up, which they should not. When you switch the wires around from the high beam, so you switch the tan and the green, then when the low beams are on, only 2 of the LED strips are on and 1 is off. And then you switch the brights on and then all LED strips light up. So it is hooked up in properly. So let me show you what it should look like. All right, so this should be the proper configuration of these. It should be the tan on top and the green on the side. So I don't know how you want to look at this. So it's only a 3-prong plug. So if you were to hold the 3-prong plug in the position where the middle prong is on top, your ground should be on the left side, and the green should be on the right, and the tan should be on the top. I can't say that the other side is the same. It might be flip-flopped, but we'll check. All right, guys, we're to the driver's side now. And the ground is going to be on the same side there. It's going to be on the left side. You're going to want to make sure that tan wire is on top and the green is still the bright. So you're going to make sure the green is on the right. As far as this side, this is the brights. I'll just cut to it when I. All right, guys, we over here on the bright side now. So the wires are switched around. The ground needs to be over here and the brights need to be over here, so I'm gonna have to switch these prongs. I never did install the LEDs on the brights, so while I'm doing this I went ahead and installed the brights. These are just some cheapo LEDs from eBay. They're kind of neat though. They got a little fan on them to keep them cool. So I got the brights installed. And anyway, so with the prong, the plug-in, you're gonna have a 3-prong, and this plug-in is not a 3-prong. So all I'm doing, instead of cutting, instead of like cutting the top prong off of this, because you only need the ground and the bright side. This is the driver, the headlight. This is the brights. So you don't need this. So instead of cutting that off, I just went ahead and trimmed the plug. Just that little plastic nubbin right there. I just went ahead and shaved that off a little bit. That way that plug-in goes all the way on, and whatever, it's not gonna hurt anything. But you probably could just hook these up backwards and it'd probably work okay, but it's really not that hard to pull the plugs out, the wire out of this. I already have it pretty much pulled out. I just thought I'd show it to you real quick if I can. It's kind of a pain in the ass with that one hand. So you see where I have the pick stuck in there? So it's towards the center of the plug-in. You get it shoved in there and there's a little tab. And then that wire will just pull out. They're pretty greased up. I can't do it with one hand here. Let me cut back when I get that wire out and I'll show you what I mean. All right, we got the wire pulled out. So all you're doing is I kind of got it pulled up there. I don't know if you can see it. I don't want to touch it. It's just a little flap. Come on. It's a little flap right there. You can see a little metal flap. All you're doing when you push that pin in there is you're pushing that down so the connector can slide out of there. And then before you put it in, you just want to go ahead and put that flap back up. That way it catches in the connector and won't pull back out. So that's all I really wanted to show you. I'm going to switch these wire around. And all right, got the wires flipped around. I just leave all that grease on there. It's just like dielectric grease or something, the factory shit, just to keep corrosion and water out of there. So I just leave all that shit on there. I had to take some of it off, but I just left it on there. It's not gonna hurt anything. So that's switched around. We're gonna go ahead and get this put back in. I kind of planned this video out, but not very well. It's been really shitty outside, and I haven't really wanted to pull the car out. I wanted to get a driving video, or at least a nighttime video with the headlights the way they were before. I'm not confident that there's gonna be much of a difference. If anything, at least I'll know that they're hooked up properly now. So we'll see. Well, I'll throw a little video of me driving this thing at night here when I'm all done. I'd like to get this video uploaded, but it might be a couple days if I'm gonna take this car out at night, because it's been real shitty weather. So all right, guys. All right, so got everything put back together. All the lights are back in. So with the garage shut, sorry, it's really echoey. I got everything shut right now. With the garage shut, after I flipped on the lights, I didn't really see any big difference, honestly. I'm gonna go ahead and kick the lights off real quick, and I will cut you back on with the lights coming on, and you'll kind of get a look at how bright these things are in the garage. All right, here we go. And that's just headlights. There's brights. But I mean, it's really not that bright. I mean, it's not even lighting up the rest of my garage, really. And that's not even with the LEDs on the halos. You can actually hear the hum of the little fans on the headlights. But let me get the halos to pop on real quick, and then you can see it's a little brighter. It's a little bit brighter. But yeah, there wasn't much change. The only thing I am seeing though, which I just drove this thing, I don't know, a week ago, and they were doing it. I don't know if anybody remembers, but I was having a feedback issue in my dash with my turn signals. So the turn signals would kind of glow. With the key on, you could see them glow. And they're right here, and they're not glowing anymore. So regardless of the headlights not working as good as I want, that aspect is now fixed. These aren't glowing anymore, so there must be enough resistance now through the circuit for it to work properly in that fashion. So, and they don't glow even with those on. So go ahead and shut all that shit off. I mean, they're just not super bright, you know. I don't know if maybe I can put a ballast in and make them a little brighter. I'm not sure. I haven't really found an HID kit that wires into a Gbody, so I don't know if anybody could put one in the comments. Find me an HID kit that I could put in. I don't know. That's something I've been thinking about. Otherwise, I'm not sure. Let me cut back. HIDs. Otherwise, I think my biggest problem has got to be the fact that I have these lights and there's no reflective surface in the back, because I wanted them to be all black. I was thinking that the projector style with upgraded headlight would actually work properly, but I think it's got to be the fact that there's no chrome backing to these headlights. It's just all black, so it's not reflecting enough light and then focusing it out. So I don't know. I've been kind of looking around at other lights. I just really don't want to get a chrome, you know, like a shiny headlight. I like the black. So if I could get something that will make these even brighter to function properly, then I'd like to, but I just don't know at this point. Not really sure what I want to do. So anyway, all right, guys. Well, that's just been my quick little video for the day. Hopefully, if anybody was having an issue or didn't know what the problem was, hopefully this helps somebody out wiring up H4 headlights into a late model GM.